What is up guys, my name is Lorenzo and today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to get data from an API using Axios in a React application. Then we are going to show the data in a table with pagination. For the design I'll be using Bootstrap. Okay, now let's install two useful extensions in VS Code. So click this icon, search simple React snippet and install it. And second extension is auto import. And install it. Okay, now let's create our project. Open up your terminal. npx create React app. Give a name. My to do. Okay, now we have created our React app. So go into our project folder, cd, the project name is my to-dos. Then we are going to run the project. So npm start. Okay, this is our React project. Now go back to VS Code. Now we are going to create a component. So go here, click this one, right, and open a new terminal. Just click this plus button here, right, go into the project folder, that is cd, the project name is my to-dos. Now let's create our component. So go to source folder and create new folder called components. Now I'm going to create a component. So right click a new file. Let's say posts.jsx, right. Open up this file. We are going to create the functional component. First we need to import React. So imr. It's coming from simple React snippet. Press enter. Then sfc, that means stateless functional component. Press enter and give a name. Okay. Now I'm gonna return a div. Now go to the app component here, app.js, and open it, and we're gonna remove all the things here. Let's give a div now, and I'm gonna return the post component here. So let's say posts. On the top you can see the post component is automatically imported because we installed auto import extension at the beginning. Now go to your project and you will find the component here. Now go back to posts, and here we are going to get data from an API. So search JSON placeholder on the browser and click this first link. We are going to use this API, to-dos API. So click this one, you can see the data. Let's show the data in a table. Come back to our component, and we're gonna get the data from that API using Axios. So first we need to install Axios. So npm I Axios. We have installed Axios. Now we need to import it. So import Axios from the package name is Axios. So now we're gonna get the data. Now we are going to use use effect. So import it first, use effect, and come here and say, then pass an arrow function as an argument, and second argument is an array. Now we are going to use Axios. So Axios dot get, then our API URL. So go here, copy this and paste it here. This will return the promise. So dot then we are going to get the data. So let's say response. Then now we are going to log the data, right? So console dot log res dot data. Now open up your project and Control Shift I. So it will open the console, and you can find here there are array with 200 items. Right here you can find all the data like user ID, title, and the status. So we are going to store this data in a state, then I'm going to show the data in a table. So we are going to use state, so we need to import it first. Use state, okay. Use state, let's say posts, and delete this initial state. That's it. Set post and pass the data res dot data. So this data will be stored in posts. We are going to create a table. For the table we are going to get the data from this post. So let's create a table first. Delete this. If you don't have the data in post, we shouldn't show the table. So let's say if there is no posts, then say no data found, or else we are going to show the table, right? So here table has t head and t body. Inside the t head there should be a table row. Within that we have ID, user ID, title and status. So th ID, user ID, title and status. So we are going to show the data. So in the curly braces we're gonna say post dot map, and first parameter is post and second parameter will be index. So index, then we are going to return table row, and it has an ID. He is index. Inside the tr, let's say td post dot id, then td post user ID. Then post dot title. Save it. Yes, you can find 200 data, right? So now I'm going to design the table. For that I'm going to use Bootstrap. So go to your VS Code, install Bootstrap, npm install Bootstrap, then import our Bootstrap file. So go to index.js And here we are not going to use this index.css, so delete this and import Bootstrap. So import the Bootstrap folder, go into dist and CSS and Bootstrap CSS. Go back to our component. Let's give some styles. So class name, table. Let's check our app. Right, we have a Bootstrap table and we have ID and user ID and a title, and we didn't show the status yet, right? So go back, table data, paragraph. If it is completed, it should be green, otherwise it should be red. So class name, so if it is completed, the class name should be btn success, so that will be green, otherwise it should be red. btn danger. Then our text should be, if the post is completed, post.completed. If it is true, the text should be completed, otherwise it should be pending. Now let's check our app. Everything is perfect, but we have a tiny issue. I don't want to show all the 200 data in this table, so I'm going to paginate. So now we are going to build pagination under this table. So go to VS Code. Under this table, I'm going to create a pagination. So now inside this UL, the class name is pagination. Then the list, class name, page link. Copy this, paste it here twice. So change the number 1, 2, and 3. Save it. Now let's check. Let's move the pagination in the center. So in the nav, class name, deflex, justify, content, center. Yeah, fine. We are going to show 10 data in a page. So let's create a variable here, and let's say const page size, it's 10. Now let's create another variable called page count. So come here, const page count. If there is post, this post, we are going to divide the number of posts by the page size. So posts dot length, or else the page count should be 0 and it should be posts. Yes, here it may return a float value, so we are going to change it to integer. So math.sale and wrap this. So in our case, the page count should be 20 because we have 200 posts. When we divide it by page size, we'll get 20. And we don't need to return pagination if the page count is equal to 1. So if page count is equal to 1, return null. Now we are going to create a new variable called pages. So const pages. So here we will store all the page number in an array. So here we are going to use lodash. So go to your terminal and install lodash, npm I lodash. So we have successfully installed. Then we need to import lodash. So import, let's say dash from lodash. Then here dash dot range 1, then the page count plus 1. So we will get an array from 1 to 20. So now we are going to replace this list under the dual in the curly braces pages dot map, let's say page, and we are going to return all the list. So let's move this list, and we don't need these two lists, so delete this. Here we are going to pass the page. So now let's check. Yes, we have 1 to 20. Now let's show the first 10 data. So we are going to create a state. Let's name it paginated posts. Paginated, and delete this initial value. So under this set post, I'm going to set the paginated post. So set paginated post, the lodash. Then we are going to pass the data, res.data, then slice. This is from lodash, from 0, and take page size. Dot value. So here lodash, and passing the array. This is the first record. 0 is the index of first record. Actually, in our case, page size is 10, so we are taking 10 records. Then we are setting it to paginated post. So come down, I'm gonna change it to paginated post. So paginated post. Also, I'm gonna change it. So paginated post. Save it. Let's check it now. Yes, you can see the first 10 records. So now we are showing the first page. So in the pagination, number 1 should be selected. So come back. The current page. So you state, let's say current page. So the initial state is 1. So come all the way down. The class name, delete this, the curly braces. If the page is equal to current page, the class name should be page item active, else page item. Then wrap this page inside a paragraph. So P and move this. So the class name is page link. Save it. Now let's check. The first page is selected. When we click 2, the next 10 data should be visible. Also, this should be selected. Minimize it. So now I'm going to create an event. So on click, the arrow function, let's say the function name is pagination, and passing the current page number. So now let's create our pagination function. So go up, const pagination, the parameter is page number, so now I'm going to set the current page number. So set current page, So going to pass page number. So now create a variable const start index is equal to page number -1. Then multiply it by page size. Now create another variable const paginated post and lodash, pass all the data. It's in posts, so posts, then slice, then pass this start index, and take the next 10. So page size is 10, so page size, that value, that's it. Then we are going to set this to paginated post. So set paginated posts, pass this value, so paginated post, that's it. So now let's check our application. First page, second page, third page. Yeah, it's working fine. That's it guys. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe my YouTube channel and like the video. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you guys. See you in the next tutorial.